stick around. It gets good. Okay, so what's the last thing to develop in a brain when we're growing? Prefrontal lobe. And so that's why we think that high school students, kids in general, college students don't make great decisions, because their prefrontal lobes aren't done developing yet until the age of 25. And what does the prefrontal lobe control? It controls your decision making. It controls your planning for the future, impulse control, basically understanding the consequences of your actions fully. And that's why teenagers sometimes do reckless things. Their prefrontal lobes aren't done developing yet. And this is why sometimes we don't let them do certain things in our society, like running for president, because their prefrontal lobe isn't done yet. They can't make decisions. I don't know if that's why we don't let them run for president, but it seems like it could be a factor. So guess what? What's the first thing to go in your brain due to old age? Prefrontal lobe. It starts to shrink around the ages of 60 and 70. And so old people are pretty much like teenagers, because their prefrontal lobes aren't as great as they used to be. So why do we have politicians way past the age of 60, past the age of 70 even, making decisions in our country? I'm not sure if there's an answer for that, because I think it's bullshit. So, old people with deteriorating brains, their prefrontal lobes, decision making, future planning, consequences of their actions, impulse control, going away. Similar to a teenager not having those things just yet. They lose them. At different levels, of course, it depends on the brain, but why are they making decisions for our country? I'd like to know. Yes, their brains shrink. Then you have less synaptic connections, less functioning from a very important part of our brain. That is a tidbit. Let's get old people out of politics. Term limits. Science.